My name is Andrade, and I'm an Ashoka Fellow based out of Guatemala. My innovation is a site called Habla Centro, and it's a mobile network of different sites that are based in Central America. They're citizen journalism powered, and they're mobile, and they provide people with the opportunity to express themselves using any tool that is available to them, most accessible and most affordable to them. Well, we have a lot of exciting things. I think the thing I'm most excited about is creating, starting to package our tools, our platform and mobile tools into an out-of-the-box solution that is going to make it very easy to localize those different tools, meaning in English that we've incorporated an indigenous language called Cachiquel into Guatemala, into Abaguate, and it's our first step into creating a platform that's going to be more inclusive of different people who speak different languages in Central America specifically. I started the project because I was reporting in Guatemala, and one of the things that I noticed when I was there doing this reporting project on protected areas in Guatemala, and Petén specifically, was that everybody, even the poorest of the poor in Guatemala, are connected, have a cell phone in their pocket, or two, because there's 15 million cell phones, 13.5 million people in Guatemala. And I started to see how the ecosystem in Guatemala had started to change, and how these cell phones and all these text messages that people were sending to each other from places that were very isolated in Guatemala was creating a social fabric that was very different than what has been the case in Guatemala, where the war has torn apart that social fabric. And so now you've got people texting one another information that they need about the weather, their family, news, traffic alerts, things that are very relevant and useful in their lives day to day. And so I wanted to create a platform where anybody could do that, and they could do it directly to a website, and it didn't have to cost them an arm and a leg. It didn't have to have a data plan, they didn't have to have a smartphone, and so they can text message directly from their phone directly to a local number, and it goes up directly. And they can also contribute longer pieces on the website. They don't have to be a member. It's completely anonymous, so it's safe for them to do it. I won't say it's 100% safe, because it's not always 100% safe online. And it really democratizes information for them, and gives them this opportunity to feel entitled to express themselves, and to really take that first step in what it means to be an informed citizen, which is to give voice to what you feel is important and needs to be heard. What's worked best is an approach that I learned a long time ago as a community organizer and a public health advocate, which has been working directly with the communities, training them, working with a diverse group of communities, training them on how to use different tools, to really start teaching them how to use these tools to bridge certain difficulties or challenges in their life, and to leapfrog out of their conditions, socioeconomic conditions, and start creating opportunities with these tools that also involve citizen engagement, that also involve governance, and involve participation in their local governments and their national governments. And so that's been incredibly successful, because every time we do different trainings, then a lot of people feel that sense of empowerment, and they'll contribute to the website, or they'll start blogging, they'll start their own blog, or they'll start doing Facebook notes, or they'll take that first step, which I think is very vital when you start realizing that you have that power available to you, and it's right there, and you just have to take that opportunity to do it. What hasn't worked in a country like Guatemala, where there's 65%, I'm going to put that in quotes because there's different statistics on that, but there's 65% illiteracy in a lot of in most of Guatemala, which means that a text-based platform is challenging. Information, I feel, is like air and water. My relationship with technology transformed my life, because I was able to access information at a very early point in my life. As an immigrant, as an undocumented immigrant, I was able to access opportunities and things and services that I needed to be able to really make an impact in my life, and then to subsequently make an impact in other people's lives. I was able to use that information to start helping my family and start helping my friends to be informed about, illegal status and all these different immigration policies. I started using these tools to be able to actually do a social good outside of myself. I think information and the value of how you use information starts to teach you how to become a more evolved citizen, and how to think outside just your own needs. It starts teaching you that information and the way that we access it and its prevalence or lack of it is something that we should fight for, and it's something that we're starting to fight for in a lot of different countries. The way we fight for access to water and clean air, and I think that the more we create tools that are free and open source, the more free societies can also become. I mean, the question is, does the free society need to come before the social media tools or the different tools? And I kind of echo Keith Hammond's on that one, is that I think it needs to happen in tandem, that we create these tools, we create them with communities, we also create this change within the communities and the context we live in, and it becomes a conversation. Being a Ashoka Fellow has been an enormous opportunity for me, because it has provided me with a lot of resources and a network of other people who inspire me every day, and a network of people who, whenever I feel like I'm in free fall, I can just email Hane, or I can email Keith, and I can just go, hey you guys, I'm wondering how you actually go about setting up a nonprofit in the US, and they can go, oh, well, isn't this great? Well, so did you know we had a pro bono program in the Ashoka? And I'm like, no, I didn't know that. And so it's been really great to have that kind of support, and it's kind of like, it's what I feel is really what family is knowing that you can fall, but you always have someone there that you can trust to keep you from hitting hard ground.